Or good afternoon, friends. Happy Sunday to you. Riley's in a playful mood, and I'm a happy mama. So I just wanted to give you an update. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Riley had a reaction to Nexguard Plus. He almost died, and it was a very, very slow recovery process. You're not going to let go of that chicken, are you? And he's doing so much better. He is starting to act like himself. He does get tired easy, but we all do. He's 8 years old. Anyway, I just wanted to get back with you and let you know so many people have asked how he's doing, and he's doing better. As far as my van, my minivan camper Joy goes, we haven't done anything with that. All of our concentration has been on Riley. But Kenny did call a mechanic in town, and he was going to take Joy to him, not the dealership, because they were kind of out there as far as what they were wanting us to do stuff that he'd already done. So we wanted a second opinion, so he called a mechanic in town, very well recommended. And Kenny told him everything that he'd done, and he said, listen, I would have done everything that you did. But he did tell him one more thing. He says, I have seen this before as far as the misfire on cylinder number 5, and he told him what to do, and hopefully he can do it. And so I have been, I have a lot of energy. I mean, I'm tired a lot, and I have a lot of pain, a lot of back pain and stuff, but I have to stay busy. That's how I am. And so for the last few days since Riley was kind of over the hump and I knew he was going to be okay, I cleared an entire section of our yard that was had limbs and branches and blown over pots and everything from the hurricane mess. I cleaned that whole thing up in like 3 hours. Now, I was hurting. I shouldn't have done that, but I just got one of those, like, not angry moods, but kind of angry moods. Like, I'm just so tired of this. And I just did it. And I hauled like 15 huge wagon loads of branches to the fire pit and burned them. And boy, it looks so good. And I feel so much better. And so that got me thinking that I could be paused as far as my travels goes for a purpose. Also, I finished a big, huge quilt that I was making for someone else. And on Tuesday, I'm getting more t-shirts to make a quilt for someone else. So I am staying busy, and that's good. I need to make money to pay for the repairs on Joy. Whatever we end up doing, I need to be able to pay for it. And I don't have any other income. YouTube does not pay very much. But anyway, so it got me thinking that I think I'm paused for a purpose because it's very hot. I don't really like to travel and camp in the summer anyway. Now, I'll be honest with you, if my van was working okay, I would be up north. I would be traveling. I might be doing the caravan with the butterflies to see the Red Rock parks and stuff. And I feel like maybe God doesn't want me up north right now. And so I'm going to tell you a quick story. Several years ago, before I started camping, car camping, we were doing the hotel thing. And I used to belong to hotels.com. And what they do is they give you credits. If you book hotels through them, you get credits. Like every 10th one, you get a free night. They average it out for the cost of the hotels. Well, we were going out to Oklahoma City to see our granddaughters, and we had a huge credit to use. And it was like a $250 credit to use. And there was this new hotel in Memphis. It's the Priscilla Presley Hotel. I don't even remember the name of it now, but we were planning to go there, and I was so excited because they had shuttles to downtown Memphis, and there was stuff to do at the hotel, and I just couldn't wait. And we were going to kind of make a little pre-grandchildren vacation on the way out to Oklahoma City, and that was something I was really, really looking forward to. Well, we got into Birmingham, Alabama, and we got a flat tire. and the tire center said, oh, we can have you on the road in an hour. Well, an hour turned into like 3 or 4 hours. And I was so upset because when you use the credit with hotels.com, you can't get a refund. Like if we had canceled it or tried to reschedule, it would have just been a wash and we would have lost it. And I was mad. I was so upset. And we finally got back on the road and I'm like, there's no way we're going to get there by dark, and we're going to miss the shuttle, and everything's going to be closed. And, and of course you have to check out in the next morning, like 11 or whatever. And the stuff I wanted to do was in the evening anyway. We could, I'm like, I want to go to the pool, did all the things. So we ended up getting there like 9:45. It was just like they had just shut the shuttles off, and the restaurants in the lobby were closed, and the pool was closed, and every single thing that we could have done in the hotel rather than just go to the room was closed. And I was so upset because there's no way I would have paid my $200 credit to just go sit in the room when we're leaving first thing in the morning. And I was mad. I was in a terrible mood. Kenny's really he was like, it's okay. He rolls with the punches way better than I do. And I was an unhappy girl. Well, a couple days later, I posted on Facebook that we were at the hotel. And a friend of mine who lives in Memphis contacted me a couple days later, and she said, hey, I don't know if you know, but they had Legionnaire's disease going on at that hotel when you were there. And I didn't pay much attention to it. And I said, well, I didn't hear anything about it. And we weren't there that long anyway. And all we did was go to the room and sleep and then leave. And she said, oh, well, I'm just letting you know that that's what was going on. And didn't think anything else about it. About a week later, I got a letter from the health department in Tennessee. It may have been the county, whatever the county is for Memphis, but it was an official document from the health department, Tennessee Health Department, saying that Legionnaire's disease had been going on in that hotel the exact night that we were there, and that it was very important if we were in any public areas like the shuttle, the restaurant, the pool, any of those areas that we couldn't go to because of our flat tire and us being late, that we needed to go immediately to the doctor and we needed to contact the health department and let them know. And wow, I was just like, okay, God, because here I was mad at Kenny, I was mad at God, I was mad at everybody because, I felt like I was being cheated out of something, and literally that thing could have saved our lives, or it could have prevented us from being very, very sick. I'd really never heard of Legionnaire's disease, but apparently it's pretty serious. So I'm just looking at my van being broken right now as a chance to regroup. I'm here at home. I have a beautiful sewing studio. I have fabric that's going to outlive me. I need to make money anyway. I need to be working, and I need to clean up this property. And when I cleaned up that area the other day, it was a huge area. I did it in 3 hours. Now, I did have righteous indignation and anger pushing me along. And if you ladies know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So it just got me thinking, I'm going to just take advantage of this time that I have at home. I still want to take a road trip in September. I still have things. I'm still going to do the things that I wanted to do to Joy. There's a couple interior upgrades that I want to do. I'm still going to do them. I'm just going to have faith that we're going to get that van working. I'm still going to work on my trailer. I've still got, I want to build the kitchen cabinets and the upper cabinets in the trailer. I don't have anything to tow her with right now, but that's not permanent. It's a temporary thing. And I believe that I am paused for a purpose. That I think the Lord just put that phrase in I've never heard that phrase before. He just put that in my head this week, that I have you on hold for a reason. First of all, the van or anything doesn't matter because Riley's alive. that is the biggest blessing. If I never ever get to go camping again or travel or anything else and I still have him, it's okay, because that was my main prayer and God answered it. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful to you guys who prayed. So many of you did, and I appreciate it. And I didn't mean to cry again. I'm just telling you, these are happy tears. These are really happy tears. But I just wanted to give you an update. Yesterday, Kenny was on call this weekend, and I finished that big t-shirt quilt for somebody else a few days ago. And this weekend alone, I made 3 quilts I'm in the process of the 3rd one, but I made a mantle quilt for above my fireplace, because I like to change quilts for the season, and I didn't have a patriotic one, but I made a quilt for that. I made a table runner for my table, and I'll pop in a couple pictures. I'm making a quilt now for the guest room wall, because I've had a Christmas quilt hanging up there for 6 years, and I'm like, maybe we can change seasons. So I got that. I'm getting ready to put it on the long arm. Hopefully it'll be done by tomorrow. And then tomorrow's Monday. And then Tuesday, I start working on this other t-shirt quilt. So I am getting things done. Now, I was really, really sore yesterday because I quilted for 10 hours straight. And I can't do that anymore. If you so, you know. So anyway, Riley's good. I'm good. Joy's going to be good. The trailer's going to be good. I'm counting my blessings, and I am just believing that I'm paused for a purpose, and I'm going to make the best of this time that I have. I'm going to keep doing things to the van and to the trailer that I want to do. I'm going to clean up things around here, because here's my thought. I have traveled this year. I went out to Arizona. I took a 3-week road trip in the winter to Arizona and back. I went to Quartzsite and back. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, when I go home, all that, the chicken coop's broken, the garden's messed up, there's still limbs from the hurricane and everything. And even though I'm not thinking about it, it's still in the background. And so I'm thinking, if I get this place put back together, and, I get my sewing studio is a wreck, because when you do a big project like I've been doing, it just makes a huge mess. But I'm like, how much better am I going to enjoy my road trip in September, knowing that I don't have to come back to a broken chicken coop, or I don't have to come back to a trash yard, or now it is hurricane season again, so like, sir, please, Lord, we've had enough. Anyway, I just think I'm going to count this as a blessing and realize that I may be paused for a purpose. God may be saving me from something. He may be saving me from something that I don't even know about, just like the Legionnaire's disease situation. So anyway, I'm rambling again, but I hope you guys have had a good week. Happy Sunday. Happy reset day. I always look at Sunday as a reset day, and I hope you have a great week, and I will be back in touch very soon. Take care. Look who opened their eyes today. Hello, darling. You are so cute and so chubby. And your eyes are starting to open. Hello. Hello, baby. Oh, look at your white ears. They're going to be so cute.